Hey, what's going on, beautiful family? It's your sister Michelle here, dropping a natural Saturday video. Watch my other ones. I'm on my natural thing today. And I want you to be natural within your state. And being natural meaning naturally knowing who you are. Strip yourself down. Take those days. Strip yourself down and realize you're amazing from the inside out. Definitely on the outside as well. You know how I feel about it. I love you so much. Let's get straight to topic. Thanks for subscribing if you haven't. Make sure you do if you have not. If not, I get it. So let's get straight on it. When a narcissist's new supplies are always weaker than their last one. That's why I tell people all the time, don't worry about the new supply. They're playing a weaker position than you did. We played a weaker position with the last one. They played a weaker one than the one before that. And the reason why that is this. We play weaker supplies to them because guess what? They learn from every individual they have messed with to manipulate and play a game differently with every individual that they run into. They take things from the last person and do it with you. They take the new stuff that they did with you and on to the next one. The reason why the new supplies are always weaker than the last is because our defenses are lowered because of what they have learned. You understand me? Has nothing to do with you. You're not weak. You're stronger than most people will ever be. Dealing with this, you got to be. Has nothing to do with your character. Nothing to do with your strength and your beauty and your understanding and your love. Take that out the game. It's not personal. But what it is every supply is weaker than the last because they have learned how to do different things with the new person. And the next new person. And the new person next. And it renders every new person that comes into their contact with them as a weaker supply. The reason why, because when you met them, now they know how to lie better. They know how to look better. They know how to tell you stuff you want to hear better than the last one. What renders you weaker than the last person they played into. See, when they ran into the last person that had certain strengths, they found the strengths that was in that individual and seen, oh my God, those tactics didn't work for this one. Let me use those things for the next victim, because it is victim, it's no love. And let me twist this around so when I meet this new person, it renders them less powerful than the last, putting us in a weaker position because the game has been stepped up. The game has been stepped up. See, the game is old. The game is old as time. Game never changes. But with narcissistic people, one thing about them, just like a pimp or anybody else that's in that spectrum of bullshit, they know what to do and not to do to this new person. What renders the next person probably going to be weaker to them. They might have love bombed the hell out of the last person, but they didn't love bomb them and tell them, I'm going to marry you. Now they come into your space. I'm going to love bomb you and I'm going to tell you I'm going to marry you. They go to the next one. They love bomb them. Not only say they're going to marry him, they actually propose to them. You see what I'm saying? And when that don't work out, they might even go on to the next one and just not go past proposing. They actually marry the next person. And when that don't work out and divorce happens and they find out what the narcissist is, now they are going to the level of straight up shotgun wedding. I'm going to marry her today. I met you a week ago. I'm going to marry you now. That's why so many people say, how did they marry somebody so quickly? Because they've been trying this shit for years. First of all, they played boyfriend. Then they played like they were a fiance. Now they're engaged. Now they're actually married. Didn't work out. Now I'm going to do a show. You see what I'm saying? Look at the pattern. They learn as they go. They up the ante. What makes every victim after them weaker by the standard. Not because of who we are. Never think that the new supply, if you look at it from what I just said, let me back a little bit. If you look back to what I just told you, that should give you an explanation of what they did to the next person after you and why you feel like they're getting everything that you didn't get. Because they knew when they told you they were going to marry your ass and they didn't do it. It didn't work. You got away. You got over them. Bump it. It's done. So now they got to go to the new person and actually marry them. Not because they love you more, love them, I mean more, or they see more in them. No, their game has to be stepped up. Every individual that they deal with is weaker than the last. Makes sense, right? Think about it. But the real weak person is a person that has to use those kind of manipulation tactics to even play this kind of game in the first place. You don't have to lie to kick it. That's old school. I'm telling my age on that. And I can bring it back to 2023 and beyond. You don't have to lie to kick it. but that's what they do. They learn by lying and manipulation and future faking what can happen. And every individual they ran in before, if it didn't work for that person, let me step it up and see if it works for this one, because I know it's going to render them even more weak. Because see, the last one got an engagement, now you got a marriage. But it's still the same old sorry bastard. Oh, it didn't work out for me? Next time I'm going to marry this person. I'm not going to wait 6 months to marry him. I'm going to marry him within the first week. Because I know that it's going to make them put their boundaries down. In other words, I know my tactics. Each person is getting weaker and weaker, and I'm getting stronger and stronger, and my manipulation tactics has nothing to do with you, honey. This is the game they play. You don't have to lie to kick it. Listen to you, sister. I love you so much. Never, ever think that. That's why I tell you, the new supply, and when I was a new supply, and your behind was a new supply, your sister loves you. What they ran with another person didn't work the right way. That's why you got manipulated, and I got manipulated, because we didn't understand. We were weaker than the last person because they knew what they were doing. Come on now. But eventually, guess what happens in that scenario? I said all this to say this. You can keep on doing these tactics up and up in your game for so long until eventually you hit a wall. And when you hit a wall, there's no other games to play. That's why so many narcissists find themselves by themselves playing the game that they play with themselves. Karma. It's definitely karma. Trust me when I tell you that. I love you so much. Never think a new supply or the last supply was better. Everybody plays a weaker position as they go along. It has nothing to do with you or your character. I think you're amazing, wonderful, and smart. And guess what? I always tell you that. Guess the final tee-hee-hee is. They know this about you too. So I don't just think it. Shit, they know it. I love y'all. Take care. Watch yourself.